Hello guys, welcome to another analysis of BTC USD. Yesterday we analyzed BTC USD and we were looking for buying opportunities. So the update on it for us to exactly know where we are taking our trade from. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so that any further update on BTC USD, you will be able to receive it, or even on gold or any other currency pair that I trade. All right, now let's just zoom in and then analyze the chart. Now, from yesterday, we were able to realize that the current price action that is being printed by price here is in what? A bullish structure. Even though the main structure is a ranging market now, because when you look at it, price was just ranging within this area. But the current market structure we are having in the range, as we can see, is a bullish market structure. And in our bullish structure, you can clearly see that price has been able to clear this lower high and then started higher highs and then higher lows for us to capitalize our trade on. So looking at it, this was our potential higher low points that we were looking at for price to push us to the upside. And we can see price has clearly respected that particular zone by playing out to give us an entry zone. Now, before we look at the entry zone, let's look at the daily time frame to see what exactly the daily time frame is telling us concerning what we are looking for. So on the daily time frame, you can see yesterday's candle closed very strongly. This is yesterday's candle. If you look at it, you can see we really had a very good closure in terms of a strong bullish candle. And not just a strong bullish candle, you can see it has been able to close above the wick of Friday's and Sunday's candle. That's the last bearish candle. You can see price has been able to close above the wick with the body. So the body of yesterday's candle has been able to close above the wick of the previous day candle, which is a good indication to us that price is really ready to push to the what? Upside. Now, I would have loved this current candle to drop into our zone before pushing to the upside, but price would want to do what it wants to do. So we just wait for price to come into this zone and then we take our buy. So onto the 4-hour. Once we understand what the daily is telling us, giving us a strong bullish indication, then we will be able to take our entry from that of the 4-hour or any lower time frame. Now on the 4-hour, we were looking at price breaking above this area so that we would be able to, that's the 68,000 zone. So I'll be able to be convinced that price is moving to the upside. Now, aside breaking it, you can see price has broken above nicely and has given us an entry at this particular point. So currently, I'm expecting price to start creating the internal structures for Bitcoin. In terms of the bullish move that we are anticipating, I would want to see price tap into this supply zone, which happens to fall within the resistance of the range. When you look at it, this is a range as we are seeing, and you can see this was a resistance formed around the range, and inside the resistance that has been formed around the range, you can see this is what a supply zone. So what I'm expecting price to do right now is to tap into the supply zone, pull back into the entry point to begin the internal bullish structures that we are looking for. So I want to see something like this. Price push up into this supply zone, drop back into our entry zone, continue to push up, and then give us something like this. So these internal structures, once I see them, it becomes an indication that yes, price is giving us that higher high that we are looking for. Because if we are going to have an impulsive move, definitely the impulsive move that is happening on the higher time frame, we would be seeing our higher higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low within the impulsive move on the lower time frame. So that is what I would want to see currently happening on the 4-hour time frame or the 1-hour time frame. So now we have one impulsive move for the internal structures. This impulsive move, I will want to see a retracement into it. Then the main impulsive move that will be taking us to the what? Upside. So basically, this is what I am looking out for on BTC for today, that this our higher low that has started will be able to hold price to give us another higher high. Please, let's bear in mind this. Now that this is proving to us that it wants to, or it is valid, if price happens to break below this point, in the course of tapping into the supply zone, dropping, if it breaks below this and possibly below this again, then as I said yesterday, we are going to have the range bound continue. The current market structure would have been validated, and then price will continue to be in the ranging market. But we are capitalizing on the new structure that is being formed in order for us to push the upside. Since this is the 3-month time frame support zone that we are expecting price to bounce off to give us another all-time high on BTC USD. So basically, this is what we are having. And then also, should price get to this zone, definitely it's going to give us something like a double top if it is not able to break above and then test this particular level. Now, if we are able to break above the 75,000 zone, this is what I'm expecting price to do. If price is able to break above the 75,000 zone, I would expect price to come back into the main range zone. Once the higher low is able to give us a higher high, I would expect price to tap back into the ranging zone, this range that we are having, because this is our main range bound. When you look at it, see, this is the main ranging zone. So currently, the lower high we are having here was printed or is being respected through the main ranging zone. And that is giving us something like what? A head and shoulder pattern, which is pushing price to the what? Upside. So if price is able to break above this higher high, which falls within monthly resistance zone, once price is able to break above it, I would expect price to come back and test this resistance area to give me strong confirmation that yes, we are now on a full swing to our new all-time high that is possibly to be created on BTC USD from the coming months ahead of us. So basically, this is all that I am looking at on BTC USD. If you have not watched the first video on BTC USD, that was yesterday's video, you can check through my channel videos and then watch it to understand better, since this is just an update on what we discussed yesterday. So you can take notice of the entry zone, and then once price gets into the entry zone, you can take your buy trade. SL below the wick, or if much better, below the support zone that we are seeing. To be safer, we put our SL below the support zone so that we can give price room to do whatever it wants to do before taking up to the upside. Once we take the trade, our first TP area should be this area, and then our second TP area should be this area, because this can also push price to the downside and can also cause price to start moving on again. But if not, we are hoping for price to give us a long push to the upside for more buying opportunities. So that will be all for today. I will still keep updating you as and when price keeps giving us new entry positions for us to capitalize on. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe and also click on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you would be able to get notified and to listen to it. Thank you very much. And remember to also subscribe to my Telegram channel, Sina Forest Community. Thank you and have a blessed day.